Oh, wait, are we starting with the slideshow?
No. Yes.
Yes. Just for a couple of slides to introduce you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes.
And then go to your
Chant
slides.
and meditate.
For you, Ambria, do you want, after Kamika introduces you, do you want to go to your PowerPoint or you want to?
No, it's okay. We can do a little bit of practice first.
Okay.
That way we can break it up.
Okay.
So before we start, let me say that today is a big day because there are two great ancient healing and wellness arts meeting, connecting. And this is the time of healing. This is the time that world really needs healing. And Shiatsu is Asian healing art from Japan, and it's based on Chinese Asian medicine. So it's Chinese connected with Japan and created it the best. It was taken the best of two of the traditional Asian healing arts. And Kumiko Kanayama represent the oldest Shiatsu practice in America. Her uncle Ohashi brought Shiatsu to the West and opened school and brought it to the West. And Kumiko now is representing, and now women need also empower each other because now during the coronavirus, women are the most hit by the crisis. More women than men lost their jobs. So this is also our work to empower women and empower healers. And we are really proud and honored to welcome Ambria Mathew, who represents and who teaches yoga and Ayurveda. So India and China and Japan are meeting together. And I'm really proud to be a part of it because it's a big moment to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Eva. Let's start. Today is April 3rd, 2021. Room gathering number 13. We are very happy to introduce Ambria. She's gonna share ancient healing method of body through yoga, cleansing method, Ayurveda, and we're gonna cleanse our body and mind through her guidance to get balance in ourself, within ourselves, and spread positive, kind energy to your family, friends, neighbor, and everybody throughout the world. And let's put our mind together. Let's put by placing the both hands together. This is we call Kasha position. And I'm gonna start to chant. Anybody can follow me or meditate together. Namu Shinyo Ichinyo To Toki Miho Tokeo Nenji Tate Matsuru Zangi Zange Rokkon Zaisho Metsujo Bon no Metsujo Gonsho Om Saraba Tata Gyata Mana Mana no Karomi. And let's reflect ourselves. How was our state of balance, our mind? And let's get our yin-yang energy more balanced by running through Ambria. Ambria, please take it from here.
Okay, welcome everyone. So we're going to begin by a chant that we do in yoga by making the sound of Om. So I'm going to ask you to bring your hands together like this in prayer position. And you can just gently close your eyes and start to take deep breaths in and out through the nose. With every breath, allow your body to become more and more relaxed. And gently bring your awareness to the space between the eyebrows. This is your third eye chakra. Imagine a beautiful light within this space. And at the center of that light, set an intention for this practice, maybe for your life. See that intention as a vivid picture, maybe written word. And we're going to begin by making the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Softly opening the eyes, you can relax your hands on your knees. If you're sitting in a chair for this portion, that's perfectly fine. If you're sitting on a mat, even better. You may want to prop your tailbone up a little bit on a cushion if that's more comfortable. We're going to begin with the practice of Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati is translated to skull shining breathing exercise. So this time of the year would be considered kapha season. In yoga, kapha season is related to water and earth. And in Shiatsu, we relate this to wood. But both are about detoxifying the body, cleansing the body, and bringing a new sense of purification. So what we're going to do, we bring our first finger to our thumb in Jnana Mudra, resting the hands down. With our shoulders relaxed, with our body relaxed, we're going to create a breathing motion where we're pumping the diaphragm, and it's an exhalation only through the nose. So I'll demonstrate first. I take a gentle inhalation through my nose. So my whole body should be genuinely relaxed. My facial muscles should be relaxed, shoulders, chest. The only thing that's moving is the abdomen. This exercise is really good for cleansing the nasal passage, purifying the lungs, sending oxygenation to the body, to the brain, beautifying the body, and it also improves digestion. If anyone has stroke or hypertension, if anyone is pregnant, I would just recommend that you watch and just take deep breaths. But if you are not having any of these situations in your life, please, please join. So we sit with our back straight. Take a gentle inhalation through the nose. And we begin. Relax your breath. Take a deep breath in. We hold the breath here. When you're ready to exhale, exhale it out. Keeping your eyes closed and an internal gaze on that space between the eyebrows. Just observe your body. Observe your breath. So we'll do 2 more rounds. Again, we're going to sit with our back straight, hands in Jnana Mudra. The only thing that's happening is the exhalation through the nose. So the mouth is closed and the inhalation happens naturally. So we're not actually re-inhaling the breath, we just exhale. So bringing the focus inward with the eyes closed, take a gentle breath in and begin. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. And softly exhale. So the third time is the best. Sitting nice and tall. This time, hold the breath, the retention as long as you can. And when you're ready, you exhale. Keep your gaze inward on the third eye and keep that focus on that light between the space between the eyebrows. Again, breathing in through the nose and begin to pump. Take a deep breath in. Release when you're ready. Gently lift the corners of your lips. Have a nice smile. So also when we're doing Kapalabhati, while we want to be relaxed, we also want to be happy, because part of this cleansing and purification is also cleansing our heart and bringing happiness, bringing gratitude into our heart. So while a lot of times people think we want to be very serious while we do yoga, we also want to create some sort of joy and gratitude throughout the practice. So the postures that we're going to do today are not necessarily typical to a yoga practice that you do in a vinyasa class or an ashtanga class. These are more typically done in what's called the Bihar school of yoga, and they're more meant specifically for kapha dosha. So what you're going to do is you can remove a block or a pillow if you're sitting on it. We're going to begin by bringing our feet in Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose. So your feet come together. Knees are out to the side. This is also a stretch for our liver meridian, and you're just going to start to bounce. You can take deep breaths in and out. If you have children, this is a nice posture to do with kids. You can sing a very nice butterfly song. Now we're going to move this butterfly a little slower. So you bring it up and down, up and down. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Now, if your body doesn't have this mobility, this flexibility, you can also sit on a chair and just practice with one leg at a time, bringing the bottom of your foot into the thigh and just stretching out the leg like that, if you feel it's a little easier than going on the floor. One more time, flapping the knees up and down. Over time, as you practice, you'll notice you'll get more flexible. And now we're going to slowly bring stillness and imagine your knees are touching the floor. That's where it starts, in the imagination. You're going to take a deep breath in, hinge forward, bringing the head down. And inhale, come up. Slowly, you're going to widen out your legs. So we're going to do an exercise called Chaki Chalanasana. This translates to churning of the milk. So you want to imagine how people used to soften the flour. They would do it between a stone mill, so 2 stones, and then they use their body to flatten out the wheat. So same thing. You're going to bring your hands directly in front, interlace the fingers, inhale, Slowly going to the left, making a big circle. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. We go the other way. Exhale, lean back. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. And from here, walk your hands directly in front. Deep breaths in and out. You can grab onto your feet. And slowly release, come up. Bring your legs in front, come out. So from here, you're going to lay flat on your back. On your yoga mat, just lay flat down on your back. Relax your body. Relax your hands so the palms are down. This posture is Supta Padottanasana. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale and lower it down. Lift the right leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now from here, a little pelvic tilt, so you make sure your lower back is on the floor. Inhale, lift both legs up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift both legs up. Exhale, lower. The slower you go, the more beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Relax your body here. Gentle breaths in and out through the nose. Notice if your body is getting warmer. Notice if you're feeling any sensation in your muscles, in your abdomen. And notice your breath. From here, we're going to do leg rotation. Pada Chakrasana. Inhale, lifting the right leg up. We're going to make a circle. So we go down and up. Down and up. Almost like we're painting a circle. Down and up. And now we go to the inside of our body. So we go down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Slowly relaxing the leg down. Relax your body here. Close your eyes. Deep breaths in and out. From here, we do the other side. Inhale, left leg goes up. So again, we make the circle to the outside. We go down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Now we go to the inside of the body. We go down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Relax both legs to the floor. Relax your body, relax your breath. So as we do these exercises with our legs, We're not only stimulating our liver meridian, our gallbladder meridian, but we're also stimulating the digestive fire in our abdomen. Now from here, Pawanmuktasana. So you're going to bring your right knee into your chest. Try to press the thigh onto the stomach. You're going to interlace your fingers and grab hold of the calf. Now from here, inhale, exhale, bring the head up. And slowly release. And let the leg go. Other side, inhale, bring the left knee in, clasp the hands around the front of the calf, press the leg towards the stomach, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring the head up. And slowly release. Release the leg. Other side, inhale, right knee comes in, grab hold of the leg, press the leg towards the stomach, take a deep breath in, exhale, head comes up. Slowly release, leg goes back. Other side, inhale, left knee comes in, clasp the leg, press the thigh to the stomach, deep breath in, exhale, head goes up. And release. Let your leg go. Last time, right leg comes up. Grab hold of the shin. Press the thigh to the stomach. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, head goes up. And slowly release. Let your leg go down. Left side, left knee comes up. Grab hold of the shin. Pressing the thigh against the stomach. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, head goes up. And slowly release. Let your leg go. Inhale, both knees come in. You can give yourself a nice hug here, pressing the thighs to the stomach. Take a deep breath in. Head goes up. Exhale, release. Legs go down, arms go at your sides. Relax your body, relax your breath. Pawanmuktasana is called wind relieving pose. So it not only helps to clear our digestion, it also would usually inspire a sound that would make all of you grateful that your microphones are off. Now from here, start to shake your legs. You're going to bend your right knee up, place the leg on the outside, place the foot on the outside of your extended leg. And now we're going to grab hold of the right knee, pull it over to the side. We're going to just take a spinal twist here. If you can, try to press your right shoulder blade on the ground. You can also extend your right arm out to the side. Take deep breaths in and out. Slowly release. Come to center. Let your right leg go. Bending your left knee up. Take that foot and cross it over the extended leg. Use your right hand to drag the leg over to the other side. Again, if you want, extend your left arm out to the side. Deep breaths in and out. Every exhalation, allow your body to get deeper into the stretch. And slowly release. Let your leg go. Let your hands be relaxed on either side. Now from here, the same movement of Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet touch. Knees are to the outside. You can use your hands to open the space with your hands on the inner thighs. From here, slowly rest your hands out on the floor. You're going to just take deep breaths in and out. Supta Baddha Konasana. Relax your body. Relax your breath. You can stay here for your relaxation, or you can extend your legs straight out in front. Palms are facing up. Let your feet go out to the sides. Relaxation or Shavasana translates to corpse pose. So this is death to the mental and physical frustrations that we might have. So I want you to just allow your body to sink deeper and deeper in relaxation. To allow your breath to relax. Allow your body to relax. Bringing your awareness to your feet. Slowly start to relax your right foot. And let that soft relaxation travel all the way up the right leg to the right hip. And now bring your awareness to the left foot. Start to get soft in that left foot. Allow that softness to travel all the way up the left leg. Allow both your legs to get soft and relaxed. Slowly become aware of your belly button. Allow your stomach to relax and get soft. Feel as though your belly button is sinking into the back. Bring your awareness to your heart. Imagine a beautiful green light at the heart chakra. With every breath, allow that light to spread throughout your body. Allowing your body to relax in this beautiful green tone. Now slowly bring your awareness to your right shoulder. Allow that soft relaxation to travel all the way down the right arm to the right fingertips. Now relaxing the left arm. All the way down to the left fingertips. Let your arms get soft and relaxed. Start to become aware of your face as that relaxation travels up through your throat, your chin, your cheeks. Soften your lips. Allow your eyes to sink deep into the sockets. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to your body, back to your breath. And gently start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Take deep breaths in and out through your nose. Send your breath all the way down the body like a wave, up and down as you inhale, as you exhale. From here, bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a big hug. And slowly, when you're ready, rolling over to your right side. And make your way up to a comfortable seated position. You're going to keep your eyes closed. And just keep your awareness on the space between the eyebrows, your third eye. Remember that intention that you began this practice with. See if you can see that intention even more clear. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And with each breath, imagine that picture is getting brighter and brighter. Gently bring the palms together in prayer position at the heart. We inhale and exhale on the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Gently bowing the chin to the chest. Thank you all for sharing in this practice. Namaste. Welcome back. So I think you can turn your microphones on if you like. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just talking to my room.
It's not a great feeling.
Yeah, it's very weird. So
Oh,
Nicole, how do you feel?
good.
Really great. It's
Yes.
nice to take a moment to actually practice instead of teach.
Yes, good, good. Good. And this is not a typical sequence or assortment of postures and practices that we would do in a typical vinyasa class or hatha yoga class. A lot of these are more dynamic Bihar yoga school practices.
It was lovely. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. I'm glad you were here. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm going to try to come on and see you every now and then when I can at this time.
Nice. Does anyone have any questions about the practice that we did?
That was so beautiful. I feel like I was in another world.
Beautiful. It's good.
Hypnotized. Thank you so much.
Sometimes it's good to be in another world. So a lot of these postures are very much related to the concept of detoxification and cleansing in the body. So it's not your typical vinyasa class, and it's also geared to kapha dosha type or kapha season. So a lot of us who've been at home, many of us have put on some weight or have created what's called a kapha imbalance. And when we are imbalanced in kapha dosha, a lot of times we will gain a little bit of weight. Kapha dosha, when completely imbalanced, are more prone to obesity. And these exercises, if you're a yoga teacher, are really, really excellent to get people to move their body, to increase that fire in the digestive system, to open up the lungs in a safe way where they feel comfortable to move. Okay, and even if you're a practitioner, really nice way to create warmth in the body without overexerting yourself, and also cleaning the body. So this action of Kapalabhati, cleansing, and this action of whenever we're using our legs, we're creating more fire. But when we bring the legs into the abdomen, we're also improving our abdominal strength, our abdominal muscles, but also healing our digestive system, which is very key in Ayurveda and yoga. So now we can start with the slideshow. Gail?
Hi, Gail.
Hi, Gail.
I'm here. I'm ready for you. 1 second.
Perfect.
So when are we out of kapha season?
So kapha season starts in spring. So once we get out of spring and into summer, then we will be in pitta season. So that will be more heat. Have you done an Ayurveda quiz?
Myself?
Yeah.
With you long ago, and then yes, I've done more quizzes as well.
So what was your dosha type, Nicole?
I always thought long ago I thought it was Vata Pitta, but
Okay.
then I'm realizing that my original is Vata, and then my current could be Vata Pitta depending on where I am in season. But my I forgot the name of it because it's such a great practice. My head is all over the place. But your birth one is Vata.
Cool. Okay, so this is our Prakriti. So I didn't want to bring a quiz for everyone today because there could be a lot of questions with that. And I'm sure people want to, have a very short introduction to this. So we can skip over this slide. This is just a little bit about me. I'm a yoga teacher. I've been teaching various parts of the world. Very, very grateful for amazing teachers who have inspired me and taught me to be able to share this beautiful practice of yoga and Ayurveda. So a very important thing of yoga and Ayurveda, what a lot of people don't realize, we think that it's just an exercise, but it's really meant to bring balance to the body. So to restore harmony. And while it's not a cure for anything, it's definitely a remedy, very much like Chinese medicine. Okay, Gail, we can switch the slide. So this is an introduction of Ayurveda. In the world as it stands now, Ayurveda would be considered the oldest system of medicine. It is still a system of medicine that is used in India for over 5,000 years. The translation of Ayurveda translates to science of life. So what Nicole was sharing when she did what's called a dosha quiz or an Ayurveda quiz to find out what your dosha type is. So her original dosha type or Prakriti was Vata and Pitta, a combination of the elements. And when a person is in imbalance, they would have a Vikriti or an imbalance of some sort of dosha type. So we're going to go on with a little bit more, but it's very important to understand that when we find out what your dosha type is, it also encompasses your daily exercise, your sleep habits, your diet habits, your mental habits, like how your emotions are. So much goes into finding out your individual unique constitution. So there's no general way to treat everybody, but there's a general way to treat imbalances and find balance. So we can go to the next slide. So this is just a chart here to make you understand the three dosha types. The three dosha types comprise of the 5 elements. So here you can look and see the different elements that comprise in kapha season would be earth and water. And that's the season that we're in now. So this would usually lead to people having respiratory issues. This is often allergy season. We'll have too much mucus. Even when we practice Kapalabhati, a lot of times people will have mucus coming up. This is also about letting go. So a lot of times we do this thing of spring cleaning. And along with spring cleaning, we want to do that for our own physical body. So we want to embrace detoxification at this time of year. Detoxification, whether it's through exercise or whether it's through dietary habits. Both are very important to restore balance and make sure there's no excess. So we can switch to the next slide. So Stella, this photo was actually taken in Vietnam on the beach in Da Nang. So this is explaining a little bit more about Kapha season. So Kapha season is our transition from winter to spring. And this coincides in Chinese medicine because Chinese medicine would relate this season to the wood season. Wood is related to our liver and gallbladder meridian. So whenever we're stretching the inside of the leg, that would be helping this concept of cleaning the liver. And that spinal twist we did at the end of class, that's related to our gallbladder meridian. Both meridians, very, very important for improving digestion, improving this concept of digestive movement and digestive cleansing, and also releasing the excess mucus and tiredness that usually accumulates when we don't allow for detox to happen in the body. Very important is the concept of opposites. So in this season, being that water and earth are the two elements that are at play, we want to do the opposite if we're in balance. So for me, I'm having a kapha imbalance right now, currently in my life. Ironically, maybe that's how the stars align this whole meeting. So I'm actually working with a naturopath to improve the health of my liver. And I'm also doing things daily, like having lemon water in the morning and eating things like, a lot of times this past year, many people probably would have eaten a lot of sweets. And we want to reduce the sweets that we have and incorporate more bitter, more astringent, more pungent foods like ginger or cranberry, pomegranate, these kind of things. So we can switch the slide. This is explaining a little bit about kapha dosha and what it is. So all of us have vata, pitta, and kapha in our constitution. Some of us will primarily have one. Some of us will have a combination of two. And there are some people that have all three. So what this is, when we find out what our constitution is, that's a better way to see what dietary habits work for you, what exercises benefit for you. So the attribute of kapha would be something that's heavy and something that's usually cold and static and moist. The animal that's usually associated with kapha is the elephant. So if you compare this energy to that of the elephant, elephants really move usually slow. Usually they stay in a group. They're very nurturing. They're very tribal. This is the action of a kapha energy. So a lot of us who are nurturers and we're working too hard at this concept of nurturing, sometimes what happens is we don't take care of ourselves. So in this particular time of year, it's really beneficial if we take that time to take care of ourselves, either by doing yoga, by doing meditation, by doing pranayama, and also just changing the routine. So kapha sometimes gets a little bit too stuck in a routine. And we want to be able to change the routine. Enjoy the sunshine if you can. Enjoy going for daily walks if you can. These kind of things, just to like switch up the energy a little bit. Because we never want to get caught in excessive laziness or excessive fatigue, because that can lead to depression, which is also common for kapha season and for kapha dosha types. So we can switch the slide. So I didn't do what I would typically do in a yoga class today, just because I don't know everybody's body type and I can't physically see what everyone's doing for alignment. But the best warm up for any yoga class, especially for kapha season and for kapha dosha, to improve your metabolism, to strengthen your flexibility, is Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar is the sun salutation. It's the traditional way a yoga class would warm up the body. And this is what I would recommend to everyone who wants to create that warmth. It's great for weight loss. It's great for your digestion. Everything in the body is working when you do sun salutation. So we'll go to the next slide. These are also beneficial postures. So we did some of these in our yoga portion today for this workshop. One of the best yoga postures for kapha dosha is Bhujangasana or cobra pose. That's the first pose there. It's a beautiful back bend, but you have to be careful if you don't have a yoga practice, if you're new to yoga, if you have spinal injuries, you have to be careful with how you move your body into this posture. With any posture, the translation for asana is sthira sukham asana, meaning steady and comfortable in your pose. So we never want to push or jerk the body. It's a movement of our chest expanding forward, elbows are into the ribs, and it's a back bend. So it's a beautiful posture to open up the lungs, open up the breathing. The next posture we have is Utthita Trikonasana, or triangle pose. Another great pose for detoxification. So if you're usually taking a yoga class, this is one where your teacher will tell you usually, oh, this is good for detox, because it is probably one of the best. Virabhadrasana pose, or warrior pose. This posture, whenever we're working the legs, so kapha dosha, because they're very strong and stable, this is a dosha type where the legs are very strong. So this is really good to not only bring strength into the body, but to bring fire into the body. We go on to tree pose. Tree pose is one for balance. A lot of times kapha dosha, they sometimes stay too much in the past, especially in the spring, and especially this past year. So many of us have had loss, so many of us have had grief, emotions that have just stayed with us, and frustration and worry and this uncertainty. And that this kind of a posture, a balancing posture, it might be challenging, but it's also important because we get out of that rut. We get out of that constant focus on the past and stay in the present moment. We have seated cat-cow, where we extend the chest forward and curve in, or on your hands and knees. Baddha Konasana, which we did. Seated spinal twist. Here on the bottom, we have Ustrasana, or camel pose. It's a beautiful back bend to do. I recommend, if you decide to practice this at home, start with your toes curled, so your heels will be higher. And when you reach back, it's a little bit easier. If this feels like it's too difficult for you, if you have spinal injury, you can place your hands at your lower back and then start the movement. It's another way to just get the back to start to open. Whenever you do a back bend, you want to follow up with child's pose. So child's pose is a forward sort of bowing movement. We did our class today with a spinal twist. I recommend that because whenever we do a spinal twist, especially at this time of year, it's encouraging the concept of detox. It's encouraging the concept of helping the digestive juices start to flow. And my favorite pose of all the poses, the one that is never on Instagram, is Shavasana. Shavasana, or corpse pose. It is the most underrated but most important posture, because this is what so many of us need. We need to relax. We need to be able to just allow our body to be still and let go. So I hope you all enjoyed the sound bath during Shavasana in our class, but I recommend, because so many times, especially in North America in yoga classes, people will leave in Shavasana. And if you can, just for yourself, take a few minutes and you just lay down on your back. You might want some blankets or pillows, but it's so beneficial for you. We go to the next slide. So this is what we would call a daily routine, or dinacharya. So a typical thing to do in yoga and Ayurveda is to establish some form of daily routine. So in kapha season, we want to wake up early before the sun, because the tendency for kapha would be to stay in bed. And we want to see if we can get up before the sun. After that, we want to wash our face and tongue scraping. So I'm going to show you some of the tools that are listed here. Tongue scraping is a great way to clean the mucus off of the tongue. And this is important because in Ayurveda, we have what's called ama, an accumulation of toxins that build up, and these build up on our tongue as well. When we do this action of scraping the tongue in the morning with a tongue scraper, it not only cleans those toxins off of our tongue, but it also helps to massage. So a lot of times a naturopath, an Ayurvedic doctor, even in Shiatsu, they'll be able to look at your tongue and diagnose what's off and what's not based off of how your tongue looks. So when we're doing this scraping motion, it's almost like you're doing shiatsu for your tongue. So it's like a treatment for the whole body. The next we have is a neti pot or nasya. This season particularly, this is when I use my neti pot because I tend to get seasonal allergies. So it's really beneficial to use that. Warm lemon water or lime. So in this season, I tend to put turmeric with my lemon water. I put ginger with my lemon water, and I also put a little bit of black pepper. This is good for kapha season to eliminate more mucus from the system. It also is really good for boosting your immune system. But I would usually do that. So sorry, number 4 and number 5 would be switched. I would do oil pulling first and then the warm lemon water. So oil pulling would involve you're taking a little bit of oil. In Ayurveda, we usually use sesame oil or coconut oil. Take a little bit, swish it in your mouth, swish it around for a good 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Don't swallow it, and you want to spit it out. You don't want to spit it out in your sink. You want to spit it out in like maybe a tissue and throw it out. It's toxic. It's pulling all the toxins out of your mouth, out of your nasal passage, everything. It's just pulling anything out and cleaning the gums and the teeth. So once you've done that, swish your mouth out and rinse your mouth out. Just release that. After that, the next routine, if you can get on that routine, would be to evacuate. And that basically means to clean your bowels. So that's your morning poop. After that, we have abhyanga or oil massage. Oil massage is something that's super beneficial. Not many people do it. You do long strokes on your long bones and circular motions on your joints. Oil massage, I wouldn't necessarily do in kapha season because this is the season where we will already have more oil. Our skin is a little bit more moist. I would usually do this more in the winter months. And in the spring and summer, you can do dry brushing. Following that up with your yoga practice, I recommend doing these postures that we did. It's a nice way to just warm up the body and also do some rounds of sun salutation. Follow up with a daily practice of gratitude journaling or meditation. So we're in this whole year of chaos and suffering, and it's so easy for people to become mentally down. But if you can create a daily practice, not only of just yoga and pranayama, these kind of exercises, but also of, writing down positive affirmations or writing down prayers, these kind of things is such a valuable practice because our words are so powerful. So that's also part of a daily routine in Ayurveda, just having daily habits that create a healthy mind and body. And our next slide. So this is a list of Ayurveda books. If any of you are interested to learn more about Ayurveda, being that it's the sister science of yoga, there's some brilliant books. I recommend anything by Dr. Vasant Lad. And there is...
Ambria, I have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Regarding like tongue scraping, would you brush your teeth in there or would you skip all that? Like face washing, tongue scraping, neti, oil pulling, like where would you do that?
Brush your teeth after you tongue scrape.
and then leave so then after the oil pulling, whatever was in there besides rinsing it, it stays in because you're not brushing out the gums afterwards, right? Because that was my question. Really.
Okay, that's a good question. I have to work on that order. So it would go tongue scrape, oil pull, and then brush your teeth.
Okay, thank you.
That's how I would do it. Tongue scrape, oil pull, and then brush your teeth. Because if you brush your teeth, once you start brushing your teeth, you're already going to be pulling, like cleaning out that mouth cavity. So I would do oil pull and then brush your teeth. Definitely brush your teeth first. I'm sorry.
No, I know. No, it's just I've always, it's always like funny, like what order is the best order between the oil pulling and then the brushing the gums after, or do you do it later?
Yeah. So for me, I like to clean my tongue first, and then I do the oil pull, and then I brush.
Okay, because I usually do brush and then tongue scrape. And if I get to it, oil pull, and then brush again. So it's just like a redundant kind of.
Oh, so you brush again. See, that's the thing. Like I find when I oil pull, I like to clean my mouth out one more time.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, so that's why I usually brush, tongue scrape, oil pull, and then brush, just to get a nice clean.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. Sorry about that.
It kind of
order,
reminds
everyone.
me of house cleaning, because the way I learned to do always dust first and then clean the floor, because the dust is going to the floor.
Yes. Yeah, you want to sweep first before you wash your floors. So the same kind of thing. You sweep with your tongue scraper, and then you would wash it with the oil, and then do a final wash as you brush your teeth. So very, very good analogy to when you're cleaning your house. So we'll go to the next slide. Is there a next slide?
Everybody see this? Things to note?
So do we see things to note? Okay, so
Yes.
things to note. This, I need everyone to realize that this is definitely a simplified and condensed version of the subject matter of Ayurveda and yoga. Ayurveda and yoga is such a vast science. Even when I teach weekend workshops where it's almost all day, there's so much information. We go over taste, we go over the elements in greater detail. We go over individual constitution. We go over how to diagnose. So there's so many ways that Ayurvedic doctor or Vaidyan would be diagnosing each individual, and so many ways they would be treating with herbs, with massage, with diet, always to treat the body as a whole system. So very, very important that while we kind of glossed over things that would be beneficial to do during this time of year, or if you're having a kapha imbalance, you may still want to seek the advice of a naturopath, of a doctor or Ayurvedic doctor if you're going more for Ayurvedic treatment, just so it can be catered directly to you. Okay. Yeah. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you
Yeah.
very much,
Thank
everyone.
you. Yeah. Could you show us your wonderful tools?
Yes. So these, can everyone see this?
Gail, can you show me a
Small.
slide so I can put a spotlight for everybody? Yeah.
This camera. Okay.
Yes.
So when we were talking about Ayurvedic tools, the tongue scraper looks something like this, right? And what we would do, we would put it at the back of our tongue and scrape. And so any mucus, any accumulation of toxins immediately comes off. So very, very important to note in digestion, healthy digestion, it first begins in our mouth. So if we already have our tongue coated with so many different toxins, we're not going to be able to optimally digest our food. So this helps for so many reasons. It will improve the taste of your food. It will also help reduce bad breath and also just help your overall health and oral hygiene. So we have tongue scraper. I think you can buy these online. So we have neti pot. You can buy them in ceramic. You can buy them in copper. These ones are the ones usually used in India. I think they have them in plastic too, although I don't recommend using it in plastic. What you would do, you want to have warm water and you add some salt. Okay, so you can boil the water ahead of time. You can place it in a bowl and place the water inside and allow it to warm up your vessel. And you will put sea salt in it. And once you put sea salt in it, you're going to put it inside one side of your nose. The water is going to go up and it's going to come out through the other side. I'm not going to demonstrate it because it's definitely not cute. But this is so, so good for this time of year, because this time of year is one where people have allergies, where people have sinus infection. Very, very beneficial to clean out the nasal passage. Asthma sufferers, super, super good. When you're doing this, you want to get the right tilt for you, because you might feel it in your eyes. You might even feel it in the back of your throat. But ideally, you want to work through it so you can get that nasal passage clean. The next thing that was mentioned in conjunction with neti pot is nasya. So nasya is like using an oil. I personally don't use the nasya oil, but I know a lot of people who usually have sinus issues, they love using the oil. So common oil that people would use is sesame oil. Sometimes you can get like a herbally infused oil also, specifically for your dosha type or specifically just for cleaning the nasal passage. Usually you would lay down and then 1 or 2 drops are dropped into your nose. You squeeze your nose and you breathe in. This action allows so much mucus from your whole nasal cavity to come out. Immediately, so much congestion will find relief when you use something like this. This is also something you want to use warm. So you can have it in a cup and you just warm up the water in the cup and let the water warm up, or let the oil warm up as you put it in there. So we had Abhyanga, which is oil massage. So this is really nice to do, I find, in winter months. I'm usually Vata Pitta constitution. And so Pitta people tend to be more like there's a lot of heat already. Our metabolism is a certain way. So coconut oil is really beneficial for my Ayurvedic constitution. Generally, people would use coconut oil or sesame oil for this. You just rub it on your body, on the long bones, and then circular motions on your joints like this. If you're in spring or summer season, I would recommend using a dry brush. Same thing, upward movements, and you just dry brush your skin. Really, really good for the lymphatic system and good for your skin too. Your skin will actually have a very healthy glow when you do that. So my little tray of treats. I also have some crystals here. If you like to meditate, it's really nice to have some crystals just for the energy. And then in meditation for kapha season, what we have in yoga, we use japa mala. So it's basically a mala with 108 beads on it. You would place it on your middle finger like this, and then you pull the bead as you go. Each bead would represent a mantra, whether it's Om, whether it's Om Namah Shivaya, whether it is thank you. If you're a Christian, you can say thank you, Jesus. It's Easter season, so that's really nice to do. Christians who are Catholics would use something very similar to this, which is called a rosary. I believe Buddhists also have mala beads with a different set of numbers that they use. But the whole idea is to find stillness in meditation. This is a very beneficial tool to use for your morning meditation. So this whole tray is just to show different tools to create that Ayurvedic dinacharya, or their daily routine. Neti pot, nasya, meditation beads, crystals for a nice vibe.
I have a question. Is this brush dedicated brush, or it can be any brush?
A dedicated brush?
Yeah, for doing a dry brushing.
Yeah, this is only something that I would use for dry brushing. I don't use this for anything else. It's not a hairbrush or anything. There might be a piece of hair in it, but it's just for my skin.
Okay.
You can buy brushes in the stores that are just for dry brushing of your skin. I think some people also use like a loofah in the shower, but this would be used before you shower on dry skin.
Okay, thank you. I also have one question about the food, because Ayurveda, I heard that there are 3 main categories of foods, that they're based on consistency and I don't know.
Yes. So we have what would be typically considered sattvic, which is a very pure, oftentimes vegetarian diet. We have, it's the 3 gunas, 3 energies. So we have sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Ideally, to find balance in your body, you want to eat a sattvic diet. So a sattvic diet for a kapha season would be eating things that are more on the bitter side, more on the pungent side, more on the astringent side. We don't want to be eating things that are too tamasic. So tamasic foods would be similar to fried foods or foods that are too sugary. Junk foods, unfortunately, I'm sure many people are enjoying junk foods, being that we're home a lot, but we want to ease up on the junk foods. And rajasic foods would be foods that are a little bit too spicy. So while it's good to have these spicy elements in our diet, we don't want to have too much, because for a person who's of a pitta constitution, it would be too much. So a very, very beneficial recipe would be something called khichdi. You can look it up. It's usually made with rice and mung beans. You would add turmeric to it. Spice is based on your constitution, and it's a complete meal. So you have the complete amino acid chain in there. You have a lot of flavor and super good for your digestion because tons of fiber.
What is the name of the meal again?
Khichdi. So Kitchari. And I'm sure online you can find lots of different recipes how to make this food. It's very tasty.
In the chat. Thank you.
I probably have, like, so when I cook, I don't always use a written recipe, but if you like, I can, like, if for those of you who are interested, I can get a recipe and share it. I'm more than happy to do that. Any other questions?
I was also on the topic of cooking. I was curious about the turmeric. How do you make the turmeric?
Turmeric. The spice turmeric.
Yeah, do you buy it? Do you boil it? What do you do?
Oh, cool. So you mean when we drink the lemon water in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
So normally what I would do is I boil the water. I actually have shredded ginger in my water. So it's like a ginger infused water. After I boil it, I have some turmeric already in my cup, and then I pour it in. That's how I make my lemon water in the morning.
Okay. So you just chop up little pieces of the turmeric and put it in the cup?
I actually used turmeric that's been dried and powdered.
Oh, I see. It's already prepared. Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
Sometimes doing Kapalabhati, that is a practice that I really love to do, it happened that after a few minutes I start to cough for a little while. Is it possible I do something wrong?
That you're starting to cough?
Yeah, not always, but sometimes. After a few minutes of doing this practice, I start a cough for a little while.
Well, Kapalabhati is really, really cleansing of our respiratory system. So it might just be that you need to cough. I've never really heard of someone, like this is the first time I've ever heard someone say that they felt like coughing. Are you asthmatic?
No, I don't. I'm not.
Are you relaxed when you're practicing Kapalabhati?
Yeah. And especially when I do yoga, Kapalabhati and other pranayama techniques are not the first exercise I do. First, I move myself. Sometimes I do a lot of hatha yoga, some position, and in the end, after the corpse positions, I sit and then start with pranayama.
So traditionally, you can do pranayama at the beginning of a yoga class. You can do it at the very end of the yoga class. When it's more for Ayurvedic shatakriya or a cleanse, you would do this kriya in the first thing in the morning before your asana practice.
Okay.
But yes, you like, I think on the daily routine, I had pranayama listed after asana. It is very common that you would do like alternate nostril breathing, samavriti breathing. These kind of practices are very commonly done, even Kapalabhati or Bhastrika, right after your yoga practice. Okay, yeah, that's totally fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions or comments, concerns? Are everyone's microphones off? I don't know.
There's a lot of words of gratitude in the chat.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I can't see the chat from where I am, so thank you.
So Katie Powers said, lovely, thank you. Jamina said, great, thank you very much. Lynn said, I love the singing bowls.
Sweet.
Patricia said, thank you so much.
Thank you all for sharing in this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ambria. I have to jump off, but it was really good
for
to see
sure.
you
Have a
and
beautiful
everyone.
Easter, Nicole,
Thank
to
you.
you and your family.
You too.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you and your dad and everyone. Hopefully everyone's well.
Good to see you.
Yeah, everyone's doing good so far. Very grateful.
All right, good to hear. All right, I hope to see you soon and even chat soon.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.
You too.
Bye, Nicole.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wow. Everybody's so happy and so relaxed, Ambria.
That's good. That's very good. We need to have relaxed and happy souls in this world.
Yes, definitely.
For sure.
Any questions? Everybody, are you okay? This is a great opportunity to ask such a master of yoga.
I want to ask something.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
Hi.
so I saw that comment. That was from Lawrence. Great job. I want to give a shout out to my friend Lawrence, because Lawrence is the one who made me all lit up. All these lights are from Lawrence.
Thank you, Lawrence.
I want to ask you something, Ambria. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's your name?
Jimena from Chile.
Nice to meet
Jimena.
you. Hola.
Me too. Hi. I want to ask you if the beneficial postures, yoga posture you taught us are for any dosha or just for or mainly kapha, the beneficial postures.
So the postures that we did in the practice, you mean?
No, the one in the slide.
Slides.
Where it says beneficial yoga postures, it says.
Yes. So those postures are beneficial for everyone. There's no contraindication for any of those postures. And also the postures we did on the mat are also beneficial for everyone. The ones we did on the mat are more for, I would say, someone who doesn't necessarily have the inspiration to move in a very, very high intensity type of yoga atmosphere.
Okay, you know,
but still get the benefit of exercise.
Also, I practice Abhyanga for people.
Good.
Yeah, but I don't know about yoga, especially for every dosha. So it was very interesting for me. Thank you very much. So
you do the oil massage for people?
Yes.
Beautiful. Do you use different oils for different?
Yes, depending on the test, I do the test for the patients first, and then I choose the oil for depending on the dosha.
Oh, people must love you. That's so good.
Yeah, they love the massage. I like it very much. It's a wonderful Abhyanga.
It's beautiful, and not everyone has the benefit of being able to come to someone like you who is offering it. So Abhyanga is something that we can learn to slowly do for ourselves. It's a really good daily practice.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ambria.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
There is a question from Daria in the chat. How do we determine which body type we are?
So usually the person would take a quiz. So there's a quiz that you can take. You can also diagnose determining by checking your pulse. Some Ayurvedic doctors might check your tongue to determine, but But I would say if you're curious to find out your own Ayurvedic constitution, you can go online and there's so many beautiful quizzes that are available to people. You answer the quiz, it's basically giving you 3 different options and you would determine which is the most common to you. And that's going to determine what is your Ayurvedic constitution.
Thank
So
you.
we'll go over things like your sleeping patterns, your energy levels, what type of foods you like to eat, this kind of thing. What is your body shape even?
Thank you.
Well, thank you everyone for sharing in this time with me and just with everyone. It's a beautiful energy that we created. It's very interesting to me over the years of studying Shiatsu and yoga and Ayurveda, how similar the systems of medicine and healing are, in that all 3 of them are geared at finding balance. And that's something that a lot of times we all need more of. So if anything you take from this practice today, I encourage all of you to work at finding balance in your life. Like observe how you react to food, how you react to relationships, how you react to stress, and see if you can counter when it's negative with some sort of a positive habit or positive change.
Wonderful, Ambria. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kamiko, for inviting me to share.
Oh, it was great. You have to come back again. You have so much knowledge. Please share.
Thank you.
Everybody, thank you.
And I wish everyone who celebrates a very happy Easter
Yes.
to you and all your loved ones.
Yes, everybody, happy spring. Let's listen to the beautiful, beautiful music which Ambria suggested. And stay safe and happy and healthy. And see you next Saturday.
See you next Saturday. Yeah, so everyone please
next
come
Saturday.
again for the next virtual gathering.
Yes, every week we have a wonderful, wonderful presenters. Next Saturday, we have a teacher from California. She's gonna share her knowledge of aromatherapy. And the following week, we have a Todd sensei from Pennsylvania. He's gonna share Japanese tea ceremony in his tea house. It's such a beautiful place. You have to come. It's such a great
Nice,
place.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
yeah, and then after that, there's David Sensei. He studied with Masunaga Sensei, and he's gonna share his shiatsu techniques. That's another beautiful gathering. So see you soon. Happy spring. Let's cleanse and
Thank you,
detox.
Kumiko, for doing all
you.
this. It's wonderful.
Oh, great, great.
Yeah, thank you, Kumiko. Thank you, Gail. And thank you, Iwa.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Behind the scenes.
Oh, I enjoyed being part of this. Thank you.
yes, Gail is the powerful force to keep going with such a shared gathering. See you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Please subscribe to
Gasho?
our YouTube channel. You will
Can you
be
see
able
the
to
Gasho?
watch in a couple of days.
Yes. Gail, can we listen to the music?
Yeah, but do you see the Gasho slide? No?
Oh yeah, we see the gacho slide. Yes. And then can you go to the next slide? Yes. Thank you, everybody. See you next Saturday.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My goal is to learn to sit like Ambria.
Yeah.